My, oh my. I think this is like the first time ever I am doing a fundamental video on ICP. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, I pretty much never ever have covered the news for ICP. If I have, maybe there was an honorable mention of something, maybe once, but I never really dedicated even a couple minutes towards making informational type of videos around ICP. Now, I am open to also doing, one or two more of these, in terms of going back in time, covering certain things. I know this whole like caffeine thing, caffeine AI came out with ICP recently. So if you would like to see a video dedicated to that, I know it would be it's kind of weird because I'm going to start from the front and go backwards a little bit. I'm not going to go too far back, but just for more exposure, just in case viewers are new to ICP, it doesn't maybe hurt. It maybe doesn't hurt, but we are going to start from the front today and talk about a couple of things, and we will still do some technical analysis surrounding ICP. So first off, right, shout out to Dfinity, ICP, and we can see, okay, updates to ICP Ninja. We can watch the demo here. Now we're not going to break down the whole 12-minute demo because I'm not even going to lie to you people. I don't even probably know like 85% of what I'm going to be seeing on my screen. Like I'm not no coder. I don't know any of, this type of information. I could read, I could write, I can listen, but when it comes to this stuff, right? Like all of this stuff, I don't really know exactly what it means. So I wouldn't even be able to help you, right? I wouldn't even be able to help you. And I think most of this information, it wouldn't even apply to your average ICP holder. But yeah, we can see there are updates surrounding the ICP Ninja, right? Deploy Web3 apps to Dfinity in minutes. No DevOps headaches. One-click maintenance deployment, real-time canister monitoring, redesigned landing page, free publishing coupons for new users, and the much requested dark mode. So I will click on this. Like I said, I am an absolute amateur when it comes to, doing any of this myself, but we can see, right? This looks absolutely very, very clean. I'm very, very happy with the aesthetic of this. And yes, I know people are going crazy for always a dark mode because they absolutely get destroyed on light mode with their eyes and etc. But obviously that's something very, very minor. So yeah, looking very clean, looking very nice. When we go to code editor, like I said, I don't really know too much about this. Exactly, this is not my cup of tea. But if you are someone that is, open to this and does do this, let me know in the comments how it's been for you. Do you really enjoy this update? Because from what I've seen, a lot of people are happy, right? Excellent, thumbs up, nice. Let's see, this is a spam. I want ICP. Da, 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 da. Okay, guides. You got to go on YouTube, buddy. So yeah, we can see right new updates left and right coming out from ICP. So this is a nice touch. This is a nice touch, especially to those that want to be building, those that really want to participate in this. All right, we can see there is another update surrounding ICP, and we see what if app users could become app owners. Here's how, well, I'll make sure I don't want this to play. Here's how the Internet Computer DAO framework is making community ownership a reality. Transform any ICP app into a community governed platform in 3 simple steps. Launch your app, set funding goals, transfer control to token holders. The result? Apps where communities make strategic decisions together, users benefit directly from growth, development aligns with user needs. Missed the last episode? Here we have another episode. So we can see once again, people are very, very happy, right? So, this is very, very solid. This is very, very nice. And just, I hold ICP, by the way, but I don't keep up with too much news. But we can see, right? If I just even scroll down from Dfinity, which is ICP, right? It's like left and right. Something new is consistently coming out surrounding ICP, this crypto, just everything, right? I'm just scrolling and scrolling. We are still on October 10th and 9th. And I mean, there's constant updates, constant news around this. So this is what we love to see, right? I always say a crypto that is very, very active and is able to publish proper updates and partnerships and exchange listings and everything are the ones that are going to be here for a very, very long time. Now, I know some people are saying, "Oh, why is the price of ICP down? Why is the price of ICP down?" Well, listen, you want to know the truth? Pretty much 99% of altcoins are down, and the ones that are up right now, there's no promise that they're going to be here in the future. I've seen altcoins that look so good, quote unquote, on paper, were up a couple months ago, and they have flatlined and disappeared off the face of the planet. And that's the truth, right? You can see I'm still scrolling, and there's consistently some type of news surrounding ICP and other factors, right? So, yes, I will be covering things in more detail. I might be a little bit rusty or out of touch with a couple of things. So, apologize. I apologize now, just in case the first few videos surrounding news, I might be clueless, kind of like about the Ninja thing, right? I don't know anything about it myself. Like I said, I don't know how to use it. But yeah, let's jump into some of the basics. We can see when we go to Mr. ICP, we're ranked 151 out of 9,428 active cryptos. I know people are clowning on this coin, but the truth is we are still ranked 51 out of 9,400 and something cryptos. Okay. So, you can say what you want, but at the end of the day, we are here for a reason. We can see this is the contract, not that I needed to copy it, but we can see 1.7 billion market cap, 75 million volume. In the last month, we are down 33%. So a huge drop, right? A huge, huge drop. We're down 33%. In the last 7 days, we are down roughly 15%. And in the last day, we're actually up 2.3%. Now, here's the deal, right? The main thing that really caused this drop was, of course, the big market crash that happened over a week ago, right? That was some next level manipulation. And that took out so many investors. That destroyed a lot of cryptos and altcoins work that happened over the last couple of years in a matter of minutes, right? Within a whole hour, everything was just destroyed. So, it's not even an ICP issue. That's just simply altcoins getting manipulated to the max, which, by the way, ICP was very, very nicely manipulated. Now, you might think, well, what are you even saying right now? The truth is, people, everything is manipulated in these markets, right? Everything is manipulated in these markets. And if your crypto is not really getting manipulated, then you are not in the system. The fact that ICP is moving the way it's moving still makes me believe that we will be having a nice super cycle surrounding ICP. Now, I get it, right? I get it. People are, they're tired of this price action. There's some people that bought up during the hype in 2024 November. There's some people that bought up, back in March and April. I understand, I understand. I personally have been in recent times dollar cost averaging a lot down here. So, I am down, some on some of my position 30%, but I also did manage to actually swap some money. I had some USD when ICP was somewhere actually like literally down here. It was somewhere down here. So, I actually do have a better dollar cost average, and I'm continuously buying ICP a little bit here, a little bit there. We talked about last time how this was a decent zone. And I said, this is not the most promising zone, but this is a decent zone to be buying. And listen, look, I get it. People at the end of the day, they want things to go up. I want things to go up. I want things to just already be over with. I just want it to go to the max, cash out. We can all live our lives. But the truth is, right, we are on track. Now, you might be thinking, how the hell are we on track? Trust me, when I look at the charts and the data, we are on track. It's just very, very turtle. And, things are playing out. And like I said, this manipulation in the last ICP video I said was the best thing that could have ever happened for ICP because we don't really have any more downside. It is just upside from here. Look, at the end of the day, right, here's the real thing. If you bought anywhere, let's say in this box, right, let's just say anywhere from literally $2 to $9, I believe ICP will still, at the end of the day, hit around $80 this cycle, right? So if you are able to sell, let's say between like the $85 mark and like the $65 mark, look, you buying down here over the last couple of months and you being able to sell up here is going to be great at the end of the day. Even if you bought at the literal top of this box of $9 and you sold, let's say the bottom of this box at 65 bucks, you're still making like what, 7x or something, right? You're still making nice gains. Realistically speaking, you're still making nice gains. The reason why I believe we can still be hitting these type of price targets, at the bare minimum is because we do have this institutional candle here, and we are also potentially going to be looking to sweep this high of 2021 before we go down. So like I said, the $70 range to possibly $90 range is on the table. If we were to simply 10x ICP right now, we would be at 17 billion market cap, $31. For me, that is still undervalued. If we were to double that, we would be roughly at what, like 34 billion market cap, and we would be at what, like $62. See, that is already starting to enter a more realistic zone. I believe ICP will be ranging anywhere from 35 to 50 billion market cap this cycle. I do believe that it could also go into the hundreds, but we would have to really see some type of double pump. And I would really need to see information in the future. I know it sounds crazy, and to the people that are still here in this video, you have to remember something like Dogecoin, okay? Dogecoin is one of the best comparisons. This thing went all the way to the damn moon back in 2021 when there was less adoption, less, everything. And we went all the way up to, if we look very carefully, 82 billion market cap. So what is 40 billion market cap for ICP when there is more adoption than ever? There's going to be more money than ever, and our cycle is going to be bigger than ever. Really think about it. Really, really do think about it. But that is ultimately it. I hope you guys did enjoy. I'll try my best to be, up to date with all the news and be very educated on some of the new things that I'm not too aware of. And yeah, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.